know who the fuck I'ma call on. Pouring up, I might relapse off the styrofoam. And you know the pain when I love my granny, cause they on my motherfucking backbone. All grandsons and one granddaughter, probably why she got my man for. Double up running up, got my head on strong. The devil came in just to fuck some. I tell you one look, I'm gone. Fuck niggas already know not to try us. Ain't in until you gone. I said shit up in that stone. That NPR Rosetta Stone. Big man Drake on with a gin, his ass might catch a combo. I hop out, I'm trying to sin, but I had bought my Mad.
Yeah, I was down bad trying to find some look, but they ain't kettle. Ayy, 762 come spin your shit. Woke up through on the mirror. Jen won't come and she say, yeah, I hate when niggas be acting weird. I'm high as hell, can't even feel. Ayy, broski bumped Dre out the window. I might grab the wheel. Yeah, I see how you play. I might trip, ask you love me still.
I'm all the way up on my body and I ain't even pop no pill. I told my bitch just for to take the pain away. I don't need the thrill. Try jumping on after party. Blow a real big pole fucking up your body. Chain dancing them Moisey down. New AP Fro might change the climate.
Yeah. What's up with the Ullo bang? Grown down toe now came with bang. Yeah. She lit, then you know we fake. 4G, 4N won't go for now. Get a little nigga, blow your gun. She's got some hot shit like the sun. I don't know, kinda feel like I won. If I die today, then you know my story.
Yeah, you know my story.
This is New York. It's an energy.
Just wait like 20 seconds, you feel me? We're just doing a late delay. We'll be back shortly with the vibes. Yeah.
Got knocked off, but I got right back. All black Nike tech, full it on rack. And the wrist on flood while I look like that. That boy is a bitch, he ain't on that. We getting rich, you catching hats. Stock micro, drink with an arm attack. I'm in an SRT Glock right on the dash. On a normal street, but I put it in track. 10 bands, 20 bands, what I made one track. Push up 6 deep with the gang in the track. Wrist going so hard, she don't know how to act. Wrist look like this, I don't know about that. Lil' bros out of this, I ain't hear no facts. Live on my heater, he burn like crack. Man, RB Virgil off-white on the max. Stack 48, I don't know, out back. My gas coming live, got bro in the pack. All blue, my hundreds, all of the racks. You want a feature, I got a tag. Black truck, roll the window down, I'ma spin back. One peep by the game, won't recommend that. At 2nd Street with Chris, not sack. Put the scat in track, and I hope I don't crash. Yo, ay, oh yo, ay, water. Whoa, yo, water. Yo, ay, oh yo, ay, gang.
Alright, we're done with the music. Hey, water. Yeah. Hey, oh, yeah. Alright, so I've been seeing there. Oh my God, Toby, Jesus Christ, spit it out. All right, so I have some things I want to react to. Like, I haven't seen the Avengers Doomsday trailer. I've heard it's fire. I've heard some shit and I saw some shit. I never watched it yet, but I did want to see that. I think the Wolverine game, there's an official trailer for it finally, and there's the Spider-Man movie, the Spider-Man Brand New Day movie. I think the official trailer came out, so I'm probably gonna react to that, and then I might get on some God of War. Yeah, I might get on some God of War actually, and continue that. I haven't been playing it like at all, so sleep over with the bros. What? Oh, that's race stream. He's sleeping right now. Yeah. So we're gonna probably react to that stuff. And then oh shit. There we go. So we have Avengers Doomsday. Oh my God, an ad.
A ship is not measured by its ropes and
Okay, Avengers, nigga Huncho ran from me again. No way, bro. He's always running from you, gang. I don't understand it. Alright, okay, so we're watching Avengers Doomsday official trailer 2026. Let's see. Let's see this.
something's coming.
Wait, am I even watching it on the right? Let me see. Let me see if I'm watching it on the right. Is it on IGN? Like, oh, it's all the same thing. I just
We
want
transformed customer
good
service
quality.
with
I just want to watch it in like a very good quality. There we go. Let me unmute it. All right. Avengers Endgame. Let's watch this. Xavier's School.
Something's coming.
Yeah, that's the X-Men. That's the
Something we may not be able
Magneto,
to
I think?
deter. Before this day is done, we shall be faced with an unthinkable decision.
Okay, that's Doom.
I've fought with many
That's a
warriors in
fire
my time.
Avengers Tower.
They were far stronger than all of us
So-
put together.
So we have the Fantastic Four and the Avengers teaming up.
And they died. They died facing
That's
enemies
That's Wakanda.
and threats that scared me far less than this one.
I forgot his name. That's Gambit and the other guy, Shang-Chi.
Everything that they sacrificed will be for nothing
Loki.
if we do not stand together. Put aside your petty squabbles. And presume nothing except this.
Wait, is that old? Is that the old version and the new version of him? We're getting both of them in the new Doom.
You return. You will return as brothers and sisters. But mark my words.
Okay, Thor. This nigga Doom did this to stop Thor's hammer. The thing that killed Thanos. The thing that was that did so much destruction. Doom went like this and that's it. Oh nah, yeah, it's GG's for the Avengers. Everybody's getting eviscerated. Everybody's gone. Nobody's surviving. Not at
We're
all.
going to need a miracle.
Hey, pal.
It's not possible.
So Captain America and Thor, wait. Did I miss? Captain America died. Yeah, Captain America died in the last movie. So that means for some reason he came back in the Doom universe, and now because he was able to wear Mjolnir came back together. Like he was able to form. Like, is things coming from the past coming from the future to help? What? Wait, what? December 18th, 2026. That's in a few months. Literally 4 months. Yo, it's finna. Doomsday is gonna be a good movie. But yo, I think I wanna. Damn, Tobias, like, bro, speak. I wanna watch the. I think it's Doomsday. Teasers. There's a guy that goes through the trailers and they talk about it or something like that. I think he does like what you missed in what you missed in the Doomsday trailer. Yeah, he usually goes over the trailers. What is the name? There's a certain guy that I watch. And him. Look. His
Enjoy
name,
$3.60.
he's super good, and he goes through all the trailers and see what we missed, or he tries to connect dots or whatever, and it's really cool. So we're gonna watch through that real quick.
PC.
We're gonna watch through that real quick.
Wait a minute, I've seen that rune before. I'm Eric Voss of the New Rock Starts channel, and this is a breakdown of the
Oh damn, it's a 36-minute video, but we're getting through
Avengers
it.
Doomsday trailer. From Dr. Doom actor Robert Downey Jr.'s Latvian accent to Avengers teaming up with X-Men and fighting them, forming our wildest crossover dreams come true. There's
Yes,
so
bro.
much to break down here.
A lot.
This footage has been living rent-free in my brain since I saw a version of it at a preview event in April, but now that I can go through it frame by frame, I can't believe how many more details I was able to spot. There's even this new shot of Loki in his TVA ID badge that I've never seen before, and I could do an hour on it. In this video, I'm going to cover everything you might have missed from this Doomsday trailer.
Yeah,
Let's go.
let's get
What am I wearing? You just asked inappropriately. Expansion. Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters, 1407 Gray Malkin Lane, Salem
that's
Center,
X-Men,
Westchester
yeah.
County, New York. The exact address of the X-Mansion from the Fox X-Men movies. We last saw these Fox-era X-Men in their continuity in 2014's X-Men Days of Future Past. In that film, Wolverine went back in time by consciousness hopping back into his younger body in the year 1973 to erase and rewrite a dystopian future, which he did, and found himself in a seemingly pleasant 2024 with all of the X-Men who died in the earlier X-Men films alive again, including Charles Xavier, Scott Summers Cyclops, and Jean Grey. Only Wolverine remembered what the alternate history would have looked like, and arguably Professor X after the two debriefed. That X-Men universe's numerical designation is Earth 10005. Since that movie, we learned in Deadpool and Wolverine that Deadpool's universe is that same universe, and in that universe, Wolverine is the anchor being of it. An anchor being is an individual whose death triggers the beginning of the end of that universe. Deadpool and Wolverine ended with Deadpool finding a different Wolverine, the drunk Wolverine, to take the place of the one who died in the events of the Logan film, and according to B15, that universe was...
Oh, that makes that makes sense in that video, because I was watching that movie. I was like, what's going on? Why is he okay?
Healthy once more, but now it's one of three universes colliding in this film in this incursion event: 10005, 616, and 828. We don't know yet if anchor beings will factor into the Doomsday plot, but we also don't know at this point if Hugh Jackman's Wolverine will appear in Doomsday. But along with all of these other returning X-Men, there is a still alive Wolverine somewhere amongst them. And here it is. We hear Robert Downey Jr.'s voice as Dr. Victor Von Doom.
Something's coming. Something we may not be able to deter. Before this day is done, we shall be faced with an unthinkable decision.
So this is Downey's take on a Latvian accent. Latveria is not a real country, and its exact geography often changes depending on which Marvel title we see the map in, but it's generally understood to be Eastern Europe. When we've heard voice actors play Dr. Doom in the past, like Paul Dobson in Fantastic Four World's Greatest Heroes, and in other media, Maurice LaMarche in Ultimate Spider-Man and Avengers Assemble, or Ross Marquand very briefly in X-Men 97, they tend to go with a generic, let's say, Romanian accent. Interestingly, Sebastian Stan is Romanian and can speak Romanian. I wonder if he consulted with Robert Downey Jr. on how to do this exactly. Dr. Doom is, of course, considered Marvel's greatest villain. At first an enemy to the Fantastic Four, actually a one-time college rival to Reed Richards, who went on to become ruler of Latveria, tinkering away in his Doomstat castle as he masters both science and magic. A South by Southwest London event earlier this year included various references to Doom's Latvian origin. Vladimir Fortunov was the name of the cruel Latvian dictator who ruled the country before Victor Von Doom overthrew him. The rapprochement refers to an annual Latvian festival where traditionally Latvians seek to make peace with their enemies, celebrated in honor of the death of Doom's mother, Cynthia Von Doom. Cynthia Von Doom was his mother, and in certain retcons of his backstory, Dr. Doom lost his mother in a bad deal with Mephisto, and his pursuit of science and magic was all motivated by a mission to get her back from Mephisto. The Zephyro refers to the clan that Doom's parents, his mother Cynthia and his father Werner, were a part of, the clan that Victor would later lead in overthrowing Vladimir Fortunov, and the Hassenstadt is the original name of the Doomstadt, the capital of Latveria. When Doom overthrew Fortunov, he renamed it Doomstadt after the family name of his mother and father. So the Russo brothers and Marvel head Kevin Feige have confirmed that Avengers Doomsday and its 2027 follow-up film Avengers Secret Wars are confirmed to be adapting the Jonathan Hickman comic storyline Time Runs Out that leads into the 2015 Secret Wars crossover event in which Dr. Doom is the primary villain of it. Actually, Doom begins this story in a race against time.
So we're getting a Doom series basically, like not trilogy. It's gonna be the Avengers Doom, then it's gonna be Secret War where Doom
to locate all molecule men in every universe. Owen Reese, Small Human, sort of functions as the anchor being of that storyline on a mission to save the multiverse from incursions that are destroying every universe. Doom first presents himself under a secret identity known as Rabam Alal, masquerading as a multiverse messiah to fool the religious faction known as the Black Swans. But at some point, Dr. Doom uses Owen Reese to absorb the power of the Beyonders and become God Emperor Doom with absolute power over a new Earth that he builds out of the fractured pieces of the other realities shattered by incursions, a new Earth known as Battleworld. We feel pretty confident that Marvel is working toward that power up by Doom because they put the exact comic where that happens in both the movie of Deadpool and Wolverine and its first trailer. Secret Wars number 5. For the Dr. Doom in this movie, Joe Russo said at CinemaCon in April,
Victor Von Doom is the greatest Marvel villain of all time. Yes, he is greater than Thanos, but he's not simply a villain. He's one of the most complex Marvel characters. He's a scientist, a technologist, a genius, a magician. And he's always 3 moves ahead of even the most brilliant heroes, which is what makes him virtually unbeatable.
Shout out to Brandon Davis for that footage, give him a follow. But by describing Dr. Doom as a scientist, technologist, genius, and a magician, Russo clearly wants us to think of this iconic list of modifiers.
Yeah.
Take that off, what are you?
Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
Yeah.
Yes, he is his world's Tony Stark, born into different circumstances with a different name. When Downey was first announced, he and the directors explained it this way.
New mask.
New mask? Oh, damn.
Same task.
The same task we've all been assuming is what Tony Stark dreamed of in Avengers Age of Ultron.
I see a suit of armor around the world.
So when we hear Doom's line now in the trailer, it does sound like a warning to someone he loves, someone he's trying to get in the mindset of making a difficult sacrifice. In recent months, we've learned of British actress Matilda Firth being cast as a little girl in Avengers Doomsday. She has quite a resume, including Disney's Disenchanted. Some have been wondering if she could be a variant of Morgan Stark, in this case, Dr. Doom's daughter.
Oh, that would be cool.
See Coop guy? He is a green.
That would be cool to have something like
On
that.
Father's Day, Robert Downey Jr. posted yet another one of his Dr. Doom holiday-themed Instagram posts that indicated that this Dr. Doom will, in this movie, or maybe once did before this movie began, have a child. Actually, the official poster for this movie seems to confirm that, showing Dr. Doom looking at this huge tapestry and what I assume is a Doomstot, showing what I assume is his child and maybe his wife in this heavenly pose above an earth surrounded by angels. Maybe in this movie, they're gonna change it from Doom's mother to his wife being named Cynthia. And the focus on the globe here, I think, will speak to Doom's obsession with an entire armored Earth and building a perfect utopian Earth that he calls Battleworld using the pieces of these 3 other Earths. Alternatively, this tapestry could show a young Victor with his mother Cynthia, whom he now prefers to see as living with the angels when she's actually in hell with Mephisto. Actually, in alternate timelines of the comics, Dr. Doom has a daughter with Sue Storm, a daughter named Valeria. An interest in a child of Sue Storm could explain Doom's interest in Franklin Richards in the post-credit scene of Fantastic Four First Steps, and why it was so important that it was Sue in that scene and not Sue and Reed, or just Reed. Joe Russo also saying 3 moves ahead of even the most brilliant heroes.
That's crazy. Him going to that to Sue's the daughter in that movie, and he could be like, ooh, that's a good plan to get a baby or whatsoever. So I can because I think in the comments he used someone like a kid as a vessel to control the different timelines because he couldn't handle it, but I don't know. I think that's
It's also a reference to chess, a game played by Professor X and Magneto, specifically in the 3rd teaser that we saw in December. And Dr. Doom is often depicted as a chess master. And in chess, you often have to make sacrifice plays. Now, in the lead up to South by Southwest London, the Russo brothers also revealed the official Latvian flag sigil for this movie. And we should note that it is different than the sigil on the Latvian flag that we saw at the Future Foundation in Fantastic Four First Steps. I think that was a former heraldry of the country. And the reason why it's new now is that Victor Von Doom has successfully staged a coup d'etat. It was supposed to be Vladimir Fortunov attending this Future Foundation conference, the former dictator, but the civil war back home is what led to his absence. We see Professor X at the X Mansion in his wheelchair, looking out one of the windows and shielding his eyes. In the window beyond, you can see the blue rim of another spherical atmosphere in the sky, and now a fiery rift tears into this atmosphere. This is an incursion, what it looks like from the ground level, what John Krasinski's Reed Richards described in Multiverse of Madness, when 2 or more Earths from alternate realities collide, destroying one or both move completely. The fact that their atmospheres are colliding tells us that these three Earths will have open rifts among each other, allowing characters to move among the three as the countdown continues to their cores merging. In many shots of the X-Mansion and Avengers Tower, you'll notice the sky is this kind of red-orange color. That is what it looks like with an alternate Earth appearing in red in the sky in the Hickman comics. In the third teaser, we saw that this version of the X-Mansion has been heavily damaged, but it has also been modified from the last time we saw it, with more stained glass than the windows had in past times we've seen it. As we hear the "before this day is done" part of Doom's quote, we see our first shot of Dr. Doom with his metal mask, his metallic clasps, and this green hooded cloak. He's kneeling in this exterior location with various statues and these broken satellite dishes that I think is outside the X-Mansion. You'll notice behind him is that same hazy red sky with the tinted sun forming a lens flare past his head and a green circle at the far left-hand side of the lens flare. This circular cape clasp has been featured in a lot of banners and poster art for Dr. Doom, and I think it might be a source of his magical runic protection over his armor. There's certainly some kind of magical enchantment on Doom's armor, especially if it can block Thor's Stormbreaker at the end of the trailer. This green glow from the lens flare might be caused with the light refracting through whatever magical barrier he has around himself. Another interesting detail, on Doom's shoulder pauldron, you can see another red tinted light source being reflected behind us. So rather than suns, we might be seeing two red Earths in different parts of the sky of wherever this is. So for anybody asking for a visual of what incursions will look like, imagine the red crescent in the sky beyond the staircase of the Sanctum Sanctorum in the post-incursion universe in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Imagine that, but also imagine three spheres or three bubbles that have all collided like a triple spherical Venn.
You know what's crazy? It's crazy because all these universes are together. Like they're all like the man. I forgot his name. Who made like superhero comics like the Stan Lee. This man made so much comics in so many different universes and was able to connect them all together into like it was able to connect them to where they can, if they wanted to, they can do a collab with X-Men and like do it like this. You know how crazy that is? That man was a genius, bro. He was a freaking genius. And look how far it became. Different universes colliding with different characters from different superheroes and different genre, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, bro. That man Stan Lee
Diagram with overlapping sections, like three bubbles that have found their way into each other, forming a Mickey. That would allow the atmospheres of all three Earths to be shared, and you could look up from the ground of one Earth up through a rift where those bubbles overlap and see the tops of buildings of another Earth looking down at you. Basically, as these three cores merge into each other, broken fragments will be sucked up to form a fourth Earth that will be called Battleworld. Here we see the new Avengers Tower. It's the tower 14 months after Thunderbolts, when Val was in the process of turning it into the Sentry Watchtower. That reconstruction was still underway throughout the Thunderbolts film, but now it has been completed. We actually saw this structure from a distance in Daredevil Born Again Season 2, in Episode 1, and in Episode 7. It's the same white A on the red field that we saw in the blast door, the penthouse level at the beginning of the Thunderbolts post-credit scene. Why does the tower have this lobster claw shape? What are these extra thinner sections even serving? Well, remember that there was this line in the Thunderbolts post-credit scene.
And now there's this huge space crisis and no one's telling us about it.
We're running out of space already? It's impossible. This building is enormous.
Outer space.
Outer space.
Run a threat analysis. I want a full report.
Yeah, before the Fantastic Four ship even showed up, there was another huge space crisis that no one was telling the new Avengers about. I think it was an early sign of one of these incursions, and I think these higher sections of Avengers Tower serve as antennae to connect with satellites that allow them to observe things in orbit. Behind Avengers Tower, that very tall building is the JP Morgan Chase World Headquarters, a rather new skyscraper completed in our world in 2025.
Oh, that's funny. He said our world. That's hilarious.
This may be the last
double ad
mention from Capital One Shopping.
A circular door opens and we see the Fantastic Four. Reed Richards in this cool white jacket, Johnny Storm and Sue Storm in blue jackets, and Ben, no jacket. Thor walks behind them carrying Stormbreaker. They seem to be coming from their spaceship that we saw in the Thunderbolts post-credit scene, and though we don't see him in this shot, I think Steve Rogers is in the back there. And Herbie also, of course, would be with them. I'll explain why later in the video. But we know Thor starts with the Fantastic Four from this shot alone. In the second teaser, we see Thor with his adopted daughter, Love, Chris Hemsworth's real-life daughter, India Rose Hemsworth, who was originally the dead daughter of of Gore the God Butcher resurrected by the reincarnated form of eternity into
I
love. But he
forgot
seems
that
to
happened.
lose her in this movie because he prays to Odin in a forest location for her safety. Now they walk into the Avengers Tower penthouse to see Captain America suited up with the shield strapped to his back, Bucky Barnes wearing his new suit from the Thunderbolts post-credit scene with the red star on the sleeve, and Scott Lang in his Ant-Man suit. A wide shot of this room where this orange-colored sunlight streaks in from the sky shows the full assembly. On the left, the Thunderbolts, aka the New Avengers, with John Walker in his new beret, Red Guardian Alexei Shostakov in his product-covered jumpsuit. Behind them both, barely visible in the frame on the far left, that's actually Bob Reynolds, Louis Pullman, aka Sentry, wearing the same socks with sandals that he was wearing in the Thunderbolts post-credit scene, reading Rick Rubin's The Creative Act.
Bro, I need to watch
Being.
Thunderbolts.
To the right of Alexei is
Thunderbolts.
Yelena Belova, Bucky Barnes with his new outfit, and Ava Starr,
I need to
Ghost.
watch
On the
it.
right are the old Avengers, Scott Lang, Sam Wilson, and Thor. And again, I think Steve Rogers is also in this room, just hidden from view or framed out of this shot.
Yeah.
But in the middle, on that raised platform by the screen wall, are the Fantastic Four, Reed, Sue, Johnny, and Ben. On this screen wall, the same screen where the Thunderbolts saw the Fantastic Four ship arriving, is a visual display that I'm assuming comes from Reed or Herbie's computer explaining this incursion crisis. 3 blue Earths connected by lines in the center. This visual comes directly from Reed's multiverse explanation in Jonathan Hickman and Steve Epstein's New Avengers Volume 3, Number 2 from 2013, where Reed explains to the Illuminati incursions and almost a word-for-word explanation of what John Krasinski's Reed Richards echoed from the Illuminati dais in Multiverse of Madness. On the left of the screen, you can see another diagram showing how these 3 Earths are also just half circles now with their cores exposed. Reed is demonstrating how all 3 of these Earths are going to be damaged, broken apart, but it seems to be their magnetic cores that are being drawn together. Each of the exposed cores are color-coded, blue, red, and yellow, which correspond to the blue, red, and yellow circles on the right side of screen. Interesting, not represented as a color green, which seems to be the color of doom in this movie, maybe the color tone to his new battle world that forms. There's also a digital countdown beneath that image, like the countdown clock that Marvel has had on their YouTube channel, showing how much time they have left until this incursion process is complete. And I think another bit of dialogue from this scene was teased last night with the weekly every Sunday at 7 tweet of the Fantastic Four that finally, after 75 weeks, was updated.
We make a point to do family dinner every week. Sunday at 7, on the dot, no matter what.
How long do we have?
Not long.
That is creepy as hell. Really what we're seeing here is a meeting of the minds where all the heroes are
Bro, I didn't watch Fantastic Four, and I didn't watch. I gotta watch both of them.
recognizing this incursion crisis, but there's nothing on the screen about Doctor Doom. I assume that Sue Storm must see Doctor Doom as relevant to the crisis if he took their son. In this movie, 3 Marvel universes are colliding. Earth 616, that's the MCU we've known since Iron Man. Earth 10005 from the X-Men and Deadpool movies, and Earth 828, the Fantastic Four universe of First Steps. In Multiverse of Madness, we learn that an incursion is when multiple universes collide and destroy each other. In the 838 universe, incursions could be caused by using dark magic from the Darkhold to dreamwalk into the body of your variant. But why are these incursions happening? Well, this movie could say it's just a natural flow of the multiverse for this kind of thing to happen. Or this movie could try to link everything since Endgame and say that a number of breaches and violations to space-time and reality all put cracks in the dam. When Steve Rogers decided to stay in the past, when Doctor Strange and Spider-Man tinkered with the runes of Call spell in No Way Home, when Wanda Maximoff and Doctor Strange dreamwalked in Multiverse of Madness, when Dar-Ben used the quantum bands and universal weapon to open the rift that left Monica Rambeau stranded in the X-Men universe in the Marvels, when the X-Men and Days of Future Past got away with altering their timeline, and or when Loki did what he did to allow the multiverse to exist not as a strictly pruned sacred timeline, but as a chaotically branching tree of eventualities. Maybe this movie is going to say that all of these things.
Yo, bro, they was messing with the timeline since the beginning of the bro, they was just trying to do anything and everything to get back what they wanted and just was screwing everything up.
Caused incursions and the deaths of universes.
They was just
but there's
doing
some
whatever.
other force at play causing these 3 universes to collide at the same time. Like 2 Earths colliding, a natural accident, but 3 merging all at the same time without 2 bumping into each other first and then a 3rd one joining? That kind of feels like it was deliberate. Someone nudging these 3 Earths together. Reed Richards would certainly view that as more than a coincidence. Over all of this, lasting through the end of the trailer, Thor gives this awesome angry speech that sounds more pissed off than Chris Hemsworth has ever sounded as a character. I fought with many warriors in my time. They were far stronger than all of us put together, and they died. They died facing enemies and threats that scare me far less than this one. Everything they sacrifice will be for nothing if we do not stand together. Put aside your petty squabbles. Presume nothing except this. If you return, you will return as brothers and sisters. But mark my words, we're going to need a miracle.
Wow.
A brand new run.
Imagine Thor, you having a meeting, bro, and he just like, bro, we're gonna need a miracle to beat these people because that's how bad they, like, that's how dangerous they are, or that's how menacing these people are. Like, wow.
Hemsworth strikes here is darker and more bitter than we've ever heard from him as Thor. Scolding, I would say. In fact, it's similar to his dad when he did this in the first Thor movie.
Father.
By these warriors, Thor is referring to Iron Man Tony Stark, Natasha Romanoff, Loki, Heimdall, Vision, Gamora, and I guess Jane Foster as well, in addition to all the heroes who died in Infinity War and Endgame and stayed dead. Thor also lost the Asgardians that other Avengers didn't get to know too well. You'll notice Thor still bears the scar on the left side of his face from where Hela slashed out his eye in Ragnarok, so those scars of the last Doomsday event of his people still sting. Ragnarok and Doomsday are, after all, synonyms, meaning the same apocalyptic thing. We see Namor sitting on his throne that we saw in Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Mesoamerican runes forming the back and a giant megalodon jawbone framed around it. Black Panther Shuri and M'Baku, king of Wakanda, are there with all the Wakandan warriors facing off in Namor's throne room with all the blue-skinned Talokanil warriors. This Talokan throne room and the structure it's contained in are normally completely underwater in the bottom of the Caribbean Sea. Something has happened to bring it into this open air. In this throne room, as the camera pulls out, you can see Bucky, John Walker, Joaquin Torres, and Ghost on the left, and Sue and Ben on the right. And it's certainly more prominent in these desert shots throughout the trailer. There is a huge wall of water surrounding all of this. This part of the ocean floor has been completely drained, and the water's being pushed back by some mysterious force. What is this? Well, a theory that I've been chewing on lately is that what we're seeing here is actually in the void, the TVA multiversal dumping ground that we also saw in Deadpool and Wolverine. What we are seeing now is part of the 616 universe, the kingdom of Talokan that has already been extracted from the 616 universe and relocated to this newly forming Earth that will become Battleworld. And so I think part of the movie of Doomsday will be fought on that foundation that we will see completed by the end of the movie and explored more fully in Secret Wars. Both Namor and Shuri seem to have traded resources since the peace they reached at the end of Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Namor has a new high collar with black embroidery that could be Wakandan vibranium weave, while Shuri has some turquoise pieces in her new Black Panther armor that look like Talokanil vibranium. Thanks to BetterHelp for sponsoring like their video. Same exterior location that we saw Doom in earlier, surrounded by broken statues and what looked like the broken Sentinel parts. We saw Cyclops battling these Sentinels in the third teaser and later in this trailer, and we've been assuming that this is in the gardens outside the X-Mansion. Specifically, Charles Xavier seems to be going through his classical statues phase. There's one on the bookshelf earlier inside, and there's some broken ones outside here. And we see the blade of Stormbreaker igniting with lightning as Thor marches toward Dr. Doom in the distance. Then we cut to the inside of the X-Mansion as the wooden planks of the main staircase get blown apart in an exploding fireball. This explosion is coming from underneath. Is this from a hallway or room on the other side of the staircase? Or could it be coming from down below, like Cerebro or the Danger Room? Cyclops, James Marsden, steps forward in the next shot with the optic blast he emits through his ruby quartz lens eyepiece lighting up, making it seem like the blast was caused by him aiming at someone and not caring how much of his home mansion he's destroying, but I think it's from a different scene. Yes, as we saw in the December teaser, Cyclops is back to wearing the comic-accurate blue and yellow suit with the Y-strap utility belt. Again, this Open Your Eyes shirt is available on our merch store, nerdrite.shop. But then on the upper level of the mansion, Gambit, Remy LeBeau, Channing Tatum fights Shang-Chi, Simu Liu. Gambit looks just as he does from his first appearance in Deadpool and Wolverine, and Shang-Chi blocks his glowing purple staff and playing cards with his glowing orange 10 rings on his arms. Channing Tatum's Gambit was not a member of the X-Men in any of the Fox-era X-Men films that we saw. He had his own solo film that was in development hell, and in Deadpool and Wolverine, they made fun of that by implying that Gambit was a product of the Void itself. In the post-credit scene of Deadpool and Wolverine, we saw a screen in the background of the TVA that showed Gambit still alive, and in a deleted scene that would have shown that shot in close-up, we see it was the glow of a sparkling sling ring portal that got Gambit out of the Void. It would mean that someone like Deadpool, using Cassandra Nova's sling ring, or someone else rescued Gambit and let him live with the X-Men in the X-Mansion. This seems to be part of the movie where the Avengers and other heroes coming from Earth 616 travel to the X-Mansion in Earth 10005 in hopes of getting something from the X-Mansion, and the X-Men there at the time are just going to put up a fight. We'll see more of these matchups later, but one that we don't see here but we know will happen based on interviews is a fight between Alan Cummings' Nightcrawler and Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards that will also reportedly involve Kelsey Grammer's Beast because the actor had to be on set for that day. So why are these groups fighting? The X-Men might be stinging after an earlier defeat and terrified of any superpowered people from one of these neighboring dimensions breaking into what's left of their house. I suspect this group of 616 heroes is trying to get to Cerebro. Now, why do I think we're going to see Cerebro again? Well, in this interview after CinemaCon, Kevin Feige said that it was emotional for him to revisit these sets that he used to work on as an associate producer 26 years ago.
Well, look, I think for fans, the notion of having the Avengers and X-Men together for the first time within our cinematic universe is incredibly exciting. It's been something that has been a long time coming. For me personally, my career started in 1998 on that first X-Men film. So, no spoilers, but there might be some sets.
Or spoilers,
some
Kevin,
sets
feel
that you
free.
recognize. Some sets that you recognize from those original films, and being on those sets 26 years later with my now 12-year-old son. Was pretty emotional.
But the issue is, this X-Mansion set seems to be a new design that looks nothing like the X-Mansion interior from any of the X-Men films that Feige would have worked on. So I think there is another set, like Cerebro, that we're going to see in this movie. And I think that's where the Reed Richards...
It's probably going to be hidden and not shown yet. So they're going to show the newer stuff, but maybe a different timeline, or they go to a different universe where the other stuff is. Like, well, we might see past and future shit,
Nightcrawler beast fight will take place.
Like
Reed might need to get to Cerebro for some purpose, maybe to locate his mutant son Franklin Richards, or maybe there's some power to Cerebro that can stop what Doom is doing to smash these three worlds together. And a new shot that was not in the April CinemaCon trailer, Loki! He's back to wearing his analyst outfit that he wore throughout the Disney Plus series, specifically starting in season 1 episode 2, with the jacket and the neatly brushed back hair. And we see what seems to be his Time Variance Authority ID badge. He did not have this in the Loki series, but the back of this card shows a tree, and I think this is the Yggdrasil Worlds tree that the Sacred Timeline shifted to become the embodiment of in the final episode of the Loki series. We had assumed that Loki was trapped on that throne as the god of stories holding everything together. Now, it looks like our man can still move around. This could be actually a flashback to some of Loki's earlier days when he was with the TVA. But the thing is, we just didn't really see that many montages throughout that Loki series, when this movie could say he made a side quest somewhere else, with the exception of the season 2 thousands of years sequence. But specifically for those thousands of years, Loki was singularly focused on trying to avoid the temporal loom from exploding. And specifically, he didn't have that jacket anymore. Also, the TVA didn't yet have that Yggdrasil tree as part of its iconography. However, there were other posters throughout the TVA that referenced just the basic task of pruning branches. You'll see that his badge number is 414-620-701-401-220. The Loki variant we followed in the Disney Plus series was L1130.
So
this number didn't immediately jump out to me as any kind of numerological reference, but trust me, I'm going to be digging into it. So where is Loki here? What is he doing? Well, the sky outside that curtain is the same color orange, so I'm guessing he's on one of the Earths threatened by an incursion. Notice the person holding this ID badge is wearing a wedding band. Loki doesn't have a wedding band. He ain't married. This perfectly manicured hand must belong to Steve Rogers, which means that Loki has appeared in Steve's house, the house that we saw in the first two.
So Steve and Loki came back to, because of everything's happening, all the universes are colliding. Maybe Steve Rogers and Loki came back at the same time before they either died or before he became the tree thing.
Doomsday teaser where Steve had the baby, meaning that God of Stories Loki must be grasping a strand of time representing Steve's universe, and within that universe has taken the form of the all-business TVA analyst to explain to Steve that what he did caused an incursion, warning him of the doom to come. And I think he's giving Steve an ID badge to verify that he's not the evil villain that Steve remembers, but rather just a variant who has had a change of heart in the time that he has worked with the TVA.
Playing on iPhone?
It's just a different variant that came to warn him.
Crazy sequence of events for Steve Rogers, right?
And Rogers
going from
back.
everything that he went through in Endgame, going back.
He didn't come back. He when he went to a different universe at the end of, I forgot what movie. He's probably explaining you fucked something up, and
in time,
and now
going back to the Battle of New York, fighting his doppelganger self, having a Tesseract stolen from that Loki, and that same Loki who got away with the Tesseract during Endgame is the one who now shows up on his doorstep to say, hey, you really done messed up with the multiverse. Then we see the other group of 616 heroes meeting Shuri and M'Baku in the water-cleared, ocean-floored desert. We see Ben Grimm, Sue Storm, John Walker, Bucky, Joaquin Torres, Falcon, and Ava Star Ghost are there. But if half of the heroes we saw in Avengers Tower go to the X-Mansion, I think this other half goes to Talokan, or the part of Talokan that's now in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Now, what else might be important about Talokan specifically? Well, in Black Panther Wakanda Forever, we saw some kind of glowing energy source coming out of that underwater structure of Talokan that was part of a deleted sequence that they didn't explore more fully in the movie. Since there was no natural sunlight that reached that ocean floor, I think they're drawing that power from the planet's core, the same planet core that Reed Richards has on the screen in the Avengers Tower penthouse. So I think Dr. Doom might be using that same energy source, and they just need to control it maybe to reverse the incursions. Back in the mansion, we see Reed Richards in his white jacket, his arm stretched out to restrain Sam's shield. Shang-Chi stands behind Reed, and the robot Herbie is to the right of Sam. I mean, Herbie even being there with them supports my theory that Reed needs some extra tech support to hack into Cerebro. On the window, you can see the Charles Xavier family crest with the blue X, from which Charles likely derived the X-Men logo. And you can also see the Latin motto of Fiat Lux Fiat Vis, or let there be light, let there be strength. The first word spoken by God in the book of Genesis to breathe existence into the universe, and a prayer that mankind, and perhaps mutant kind, will have the strength to survive. But dipping beneath Reed's outstretched arm, limbo style, is Yelena Belova, gun drawn, and we see her opponent, Mystique. Rebecca Romaine is back playing shapeshifter Raven Darkhold. Jennifer Lawrence took over the character as they explore the younger era of the X-Men in the later films. But the way Days of Future Past left the timeline altered, older Mystique never got depowered in the events of X-Men The Last Stand, and she was still part of Magneto's mutant brotherhood that now seems to be in alliance with the X-Men. Actually, technically, she would still be posing as Senator Kelly. She has an updated appearance, shorter red hair and a white top instead of defaulting to nude, and a lighter blue skin with dark spots. But the way she shapeshifts remains the layered scales effect that always looks so good. Far better than any of the granular scroll shapeshifting that the MCU attempted years later. Mystique catches Yelena's baton and shapeshifts into her. So now we have two Yelenas with their hands around each other's throats.
I was that confused in this scene because I was like, why is there two of the same people? But I forgot Mystique can shapeshift into anything that, you know,
Similar visual to what Yelena had to go through in her void of shame in Thunderbolts. Charles Xavier emotionally embraces Ian McKellen's Magneto. There have been various reports that we will see Magneto destroy New Jersey in this movie from Ian McKellen himself in a few interviews, but Joe Russo and Kevin Feige told Entertainment Weekly that McKellen might have misspoke, saying, I don't think he destroys New Jersey, but there's a New Jersey presence. But if that does happen, it would be a reference to the 2009 Ultimatum story when Magneto reverses Earth's polarity. A lightning storm appears above New York City and a tsunami wipes out Manhattan. Scott Lang kisses the forehead of his daughter Cassie Lang. Catherine Newton confirmed that she will also be joining the cast of the film. And the fact that both of these characters are in this movie suggests to me that they're going to have to at least in part reference the conflict with Kang the Conqueror from Quantumania. I don't think they're going to say the name Kang, but I think they're going to refer to those other events generally. Then we see Johnny Storm hugging his sister Sue. There's a fiery light engulfing them, so maybe we're seeing the end of the movie, the beginnings of the horrific things that Dr. Doom does to Johnny Storm as the battle world forms. He turns Johnny Storm into the literal son of this world. Then two shots of the ocean-cleared desert region suggest that Sue Storm is nodding to Shuri as she does the Wakandan salute and boards the Royal Wakandan ship. Then Sam Wilson lands on the floor of the X-Mansion during this fight with the X-Men. Gambit flips from the high balcony and strikes his glowing staff on the ground, causing a purple shockweave at the feet of Shang-Chi. On the floor around him are Sam Wilson, Mystique, who's still fighting Yelena, and Reed Richards. Then the shot that ended teaser number 3, Cyclops angrily releases a wide aperture optic blast as Sentinels stomp around him. One severed Sentinel head is to the right here. Why does Cyclops seem so hopeless? Well, there's some thought that Doom might have taken his son or daughter, Nathan Summers, aka Cable, or Rachel Summers. Sue looks trained.
Doom is just taking everybody.
Everybody as the wall of seawater churns around her. And then we see Namor flying fast around that wall of the cleared out area. I think they might be trying to extract this Telecon region from the newly forming battle world, and I think they're gonna fail. Then the money shot of the trailer.
Stop.
Thor recreates his epic leap and the attack with the same weapon that he used against Thanos in Infinity War, and even this time smartly aims for the head. Stormbreaker was designed to be a god killer and did surpass the combined power of all 6 Infinity Stones. So for Dr. Doom to simply stop all of that power with just 2 armored fingers, it gives us a sense of the power scale compared to Thanos. Actually, speaking of Thanos, God Emperor Doom memorably does this to Thanos in Secret Wars number 8. In a 2025 Shanghai Disney Expo laser show depicted Dr. Doom doing the same thing to Thanos. So we might see it in this movie. If you're interested, like I am, in revisiting Thanos in Avengers Infinity War, New Rockstars is like 35 episodes deep. We've been having some interest in Thor number 605 from 2009. In this storyline, Thor avenges his Asgardian people after Doom experimented on them in Latveria. And notice the rune on Doom's gauntlet.
What is that?
Doom rune! This is the same symbol that was on Doom's throne at the recent Bilibili World event in Shanghai this year, and the rune that was projected with green lasers at that Shanghai Disney Expo last year. And I think this is the deeper magic that Doom knows that overpowers all types of science and magic from our heroes. And notice how each corner of that rune has 2 antlers or pincers. Doesn't that look like Loki's crown? I think this is a clue that Doom either has or can absorb God of Stories Loki's powers over reality warping. This is the clearest shot of the Dr. Doom mask and Robert Downey Jr. underneath it. You can see his clear green eyes glaring angrily at Thor. And then the trailer ends with this moment.
We're going to need.
Yeah, this moment is crazy.
Hey, pal. It's not possible.
He said, "Hey, pal."
Chris Evans' Steve Rogers is back. Casual Friday. Yes, recreating the most iconic moment from Avengers Endgame. This is a cracked/broken Mjolnir that was reassembled after Hela's destruction in Ragnarok by Jane Foster in Thor: Love and Thunder. If you look closely, you can see Johnny Storm standing behind Steve. Looks like this is on the Fantastic Four ship. How did Steve get back with Thor here? Well, when Steve chose to stay behind with Peggy Carter in the late 40s at the end of Avengers Endgame, that decision, according to the Russo brothers when Endgame came out, caused a branch timeline to form. Steve lived his new life with Peggy Carter in a branch history that we never saw. I have read and listened to literally every interview given by the Russo brothers over the past 10 years, and I can confirm that they use the terms timeline and universe and reality interchangeably. In their logic, Steve staying with Peggy caused a new universe to form. And the theory I discussed in this video is that Steve's decision caused the creation of what we would later call the 828 universe, the universe of the Fantastic Four. I like the idea that Steve being around to help S.H.I.E.L.D. defeat Hydra in the late 40s and 50s and warn world powers against developing hydrogen bombs would have led to the peaceful 60s that the Fantastic Four inherited and enabled world peace via the Future Foundation. This could be a universe where Robert Downey Jr., instead of playing the hero Tony Stark in the 21st century, ended up just being born as a Latverian named Dr. Doom. Now, before you say, wait, wouldn't there only be history from 1949 onwards? No, I think in a new universe, it kind of back retcons a completed history that led up to that. The arguments against this theory are that if the 828 universe forward by branching off of the 616 from the year 1949, both universes should have the same history of World War II and before, right? And if Dr. Doom comes from the 828 universe, he couldn't also be a Tony Stark variant, because in the 616 MCU, Tony Stark was born to Howard Stark in the year 1970. To that, I would say, we don't yet know how this Dr. Doom really came about. We also don't know what logic the Russos are gonna say.
Yeah, like how did where did Dr. Doom come? Like, what universe did he come from, or how did he become? Because we just know it's Iron Man. Like we just in our head is just the reverse of Iron Man. Like, instead of Iron Man being good, he's just bad. Like, that's what we think. So yeah. Mm. Yeah. Literally. Oh, yeah. That's a reach. Oh, yeah, Doom could have been in disguise, being like, "Oh, this and that. I don't know." Try to help them out, but he was just there collecting data, and now he got betrayed. Yeah. True. Yeah, true. Oh, that third eye looked disgusting. I'm not gonna lie. That shit look nasty. Doomsday is finna be crazy. Doomsday is finna be crazy. Okay, so we have it's the Spider-Man brand new day. I haven't seen anything of this, so this is the first time watch. So let's see it. And then yeah. Wait, gang, is this? Oh, I thought this was the other trailer. Okay. Yeah, they did. Oh, is he admitting it to her? Damn. Into oh my AI. It's. I'm getting chills already. I know this movie's gonna be fire. Wait, what? Oh yeah, Hulk is back. Wait, what? She fine like that? Wait, what? Let me just continue. I forgot who they were. Oh my god, he just gave Hulk a uppercut, the demon uppercut. Oh my god, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm not going to do because I already watched, like I already know like the breakdown and stuff like that for the new day. Should we? Let's do it. Brand new day Spider-Man breakdown. Why not? Let's do it. Wait. 1 month. Wait. Why is there's a new one that just came out a day ago? Eh, Oh, he hasn't done it yet? Oh, he hasn't done it yet. Oh no, he did. He did. Oh nah, I don't need it. This is okay. The new Wolverine game. I'm gonna pre-order it, so let's see. Let's see this is the final trailer I think, or like before it comes out. So let's see. Let us see. Let us see. Oh my god. Why does it sound so low? Oh, it is. Yo. Wait, y'all can't hear it right now? What's going on? Where's all audio? What the heck? Did I hide? Uh, why isn't there like a where's my all audio at? What the heck? I mean, wait, what? Where's my global audio? Yeah, I don't wait. My whole audio just okay. I guess I gotta make a new one. Add scene. Audio output capture? No. No, I think it is audio output. There we go. All audio. Okay, there we go. I was like, what just happened?
Who I am. Who I was. When that's gone, there won't be anything left except rage.
Ooh, that September 15th. I'm getting that game. Okay. That was pretty much all I got right now. Nigga Huncho. Oh wait, no, why did it oh bro, it freaking removed his text from the chat. Alright, who else is on? Nobody else is on. Alright, what else can we watch on YouTube? Part 19 out of 41? Part 2 out of 33? Wait, what? Everything you missed in the MCU after Endgame. Ooh, we should watch that because I can get caught up instead of I can get caught up with the not anime with everything before the movie comes out. Uh any of my boys are on? No. Keek says have plans MCU 2042 as whether we can hold on until who knows, will it be to these movies that will be made? Who knows? Damn, I got nobody on that we could just pull up on or do whatever. I do have some game. Eh, uh, Uncensored color footage of D-Day invasion. Okay, I'm not watching that. I don't know. What that is. My food is. It's time we talk. I don't know what that is. Scammer cries before after I destroy your horror. Okay, we could do that. That's one video we could react to when my food comes here. What else? We just picking random stuff off of my recommended. Is there anything else that looks interesting? I don't know. I do have another video I need to finish up. Michael Jackson Station. He's live right now. No way they got this man live 24/7 or something. Okay. Okay. I was like, no way, and no way they're milking that man still. Like, bro, just please let him rest. Clayface. That sounds like a fire movie. I'm not gonna lie. That dead ass sounds like a fire movie. Uh, hmm. Okay, I'm gonna go. Let me see where my food is. Oh, it's heading to me. Okay. It is on my way. I'm going to probably put on something random. Let me see if I can put on a streamer. I'm gonna put Find Jeremiah on. Nah, I'm gonna put Ruler. Nah, not a lot of people like Ruler. I don't know why. I actually don't know why not a lot of people like Ruler. I'm actually confused on that. On why people dislike that man. I don't know if there's some type of beef that they got, or he did something wrong, or he said something wrong, but I just don't know. Ooh. What can I put on for y'all just to sit there and watch until I come back? Because after that, we watch that thing, and then we can get on God of War. Yeah, we can get on God of War after that. After that video. You know what, we'll just put this one on.
We're going up, boys.
We'll just put this on in the meantime until I come back.
Alright. Hey Siri, can you call Ludwig FaceTime?
That is a busy man.
Right, he's sleep. Never mind, he's sleep.
busy.
Right, he's literally sleep. He's literally sleep. Right. Hey Ludwig.
Hey Arky.
Hey, you know what I mean? Like your words hit home to us. So, I'm here with some of the guys, and like we're ready for whatever day you want to do the meeting. Whatever day works for you. 9 a.m. we'll be there. We're locked in.
Is anyone not locked in?
Wait, where are we going? Are we watching
What is that? What is that? Arky, what is that? Sorry, no, I wasn't locked in for a second. What the f is playing?
So now we're gonna be going to the dorm room.
What the f is playing? Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Sorry, no, I don't know where that came from. It was a TikTok edit started playing. Sorry. Don't kick me. No, I'm locked in. Ludwig, don't smile like that. Don't smile like that.
Arky, that's strike one.
Yes, sir. I'm locked.
Right, so y'all are down to me.
Yes, all of us will be there. We even have Raph flying out from Canada, Sunny coming from China.
Really?
Yes. We will be there no matter what.
Like a week out, maybe.
No, Raph is flying in tonight because he's locked in. You know what I mean? Like, we got it in us, okay? We got it in us, Ludwig. Raph's flying out tonight from Canada.
Really about this.
Yes. Hey, we can do Wednesday.
Let me check my calendar.
Okay.
Wednesday. Okay. Let's do 11 a.m.
11 a.m. Wednesday. We're there.
I'll send you the address. Don't leak it.
Yes. We're there no matter what. And hey, be as real as you can. Let us tell, like, we're here to grow. We're here to get better. And yes, you will be in control of OCS.
Look, nobody's kicked on the first meeting.
Okay. What the fuck?
Thank God. Holy shit, that was scary.
Okay.
But we're gonna set expectations in the first meeting.
Yes.
And then if people fail to hit those expectations, then we're making some cuts.
Oh shit.
Yes, sir. Okay, that's fair.
I mean, that is fair.
That's 100% valid.
Wait, do you have homework for us right now?
Yeah, we'll do it.
Right now, be on time 11 a.m.
Yes, sir. I'll be there early.
I'll probably be there like 3
It
hours
wouldn't hurt
early.
to bring a cappuccino, 2% milk.
Okay. Cappuccino, 2% milk.
Fine.
Okay, fine. We got you.
Anything else you want to croissant?
Anything else?
I appreciate that. And if you find a one-piece OP02, ideally with an Ace manga alt art, CGC.
Okay.
For scene 10.
Okay. Ain't that like fucking expensive and rare as hell? How are we gonna get that?
Yeah. Okay, we can skip that one.
Okay.
We can make it happen.
We'll make it happen. Okay.
You don't have to worry about that. You can
Okay.
get that.
Okay. All right, Ludwig. We'll see you there, bro. Thank you.
I'm gonna text you.
Yes, text me.
Okay.
Okay.
11.
11. I promise. All of us will be there.
Is Nos? I didn't hear Nos.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
What's up, bro?
I'm listening. I'm more of a listener. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to speak. You know what I'm saying? I'm just listening.
Unpack your suitcases, cause I saw you pack your suitcase.
Oh yeah.
Bro, what's up, bro?
I thought you said like I could have sworn I heard Nas, so I just packed my shit and I was ready to go.
No, bro.
My bad.
Sonny's coming from China.
Yeah. She's coming.
Okay.
Let's make it happen, Ludwig.
All right.
Hey.
I'll see you then.
Okay, see you there.
Be there, be square.
Bye.
Bye, Letty.
Hey, why am I a little nervous?
No,
that was scary.
Oh my God. He said no one's getting cut on the first meeting.
Okay. How do you tell
expectations?
No one can confirm me, but how are we gonna tell him Sonny not there?
Oh.
You lied to him already. Why did you lie to that?
No, that was
lied to. Why did you?
That was
lie to. You are
you better get kicked. Oh God, I thought it was gonna be me. You better get kicked, bro.
Yo, what are you doing?
Oh no, you played in that nigga face, bro.
Okay, I got strike two. I got one more strike.
You do got one more.
No. We're a group, so we're gonna spread out the strikes. Give that one to Sonny. And
It's Sonny, bro.
Sonny missed it. Sonny missed it. Two strikes.
He missed it.
She have to get to Japan.
Sonny missed her flight.
Oh, I'm bringing TikToks of her smiling in Japan, bro.
Sonny missed her, bro. Or we could put her there, metaphorically with the iPad.
Oh, we could do that.
Yeah. Bro, because I'm gonna Sonny not coming back for at least another month or two, bro. And we can't wait. This is urgent, bro. This is OSCS core events, this is like
it's a canon event.
Canon event.
It's a big moment for us.
This is OSCS canon event, bro. You know what I mean?
We're gonna have her looking like that one girl from SpongeBob, Karen. That's her name.
Yeah.
Bro, Sonny said she wanted to be a VTuber, bro. She just got in.
She said that shit.
I'm not gonna lie, that's genius, bro.
Yeah.
Do I agree with Ludwig? I understand where he's coming from. That's like from a straight up business standpoint. But like I feel like this group of friends got to where they are today as this whole group. You know what I mean? And they're doing really well. Like I don't think anyone has to like I don't even think cutting anyone would actually benefit. Like I don't think they'd make more or it would be more beneficial. I don't know. Like I don't know. It kind of depends, I guess. They need a manager. Yeah, but that's really only if they're trying to actually make money. You know, if that's like the goal.
What is Spectrum Internet? It's invincible Wi-Fi that stays on when the power doesn't.
Staying connected no matter what.
It's everything you want it to be. Switch today at spectrum.com.
We rise.
OSCS. Oh, OSCS. I know that group. The streamer group. Come on.
My chat was talking to me that they wanted me to react to like what Ludwig had said about OSCS. And I feel like it would be cool for us to talk about it because, you know, we're a group as well and we've been doing this shit for a while. Did you guys see?
Yes, no. I did see when he said you guys should just drop all of them.
Chat, can you guys send a clip so that Marty can pull it up? I can give you guys like a rundown. Yeah, you can have the rest of it. But he had said that he was talking about like OSCS as a whole and as a group, and he was saying that there are members that are a part of it that are like bringing down the group and stuff like that.
Oh, he said that?
He said that. Arky went up to him, and Arky was talking to him. I think it's best like if we watch the clip, but he had said something about how like he wanted. Did you burp?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you guys make?
We didn't make it.
Oh, you guys didn't make anything? Oh, you just ate it? Oh, you might have cooked that?
Damn, roasting in a minute. I'm just gonna go over to you.
But like on YouTube or like we rarely upload, like it's like once a month now. Like we were supposed to do every week. It's just I was wondering your insight about like how we should go. And you could be like literally completely honest. My personal opinion about OSCS is I think they work hard, but they don't work smart. I think that like they work hard in the sense that a lot of them do a lot of like long hour streams, but they don't get together for meetings, which is super important. And they don't plan for certain things. Like YouTube's really important, and it just seems like Arky's taking on like the bulk of it. And
that's you though.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I understand where Arky's coming from, and I understand what Ludwig's trying to tell him.
I think you have the position to speak on this because I think you are Arky. Like you are the one that's like, stay in here, go here, do this.
But that's also why.
Like,
that's
especially with the stream. Like before with Bourbon Friends, we used to like split up ideas.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm tired.
And maybe the podcast too, you know, we started finally like hosting different podcasts and stuff like that. But definitely in terms of like, without the full, like what we were actually doing as a job, like YouTube and the Bourbon Friends and the Patreon. And it just went to, okay, content now as a group. You were even more, I think, except I won't speak for you, Manu, I'm speaking for myself. We're like, okay, well, this is like where it's at. This is like working harder, not smart, or working smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
You know, this is like the way to take it. This is what you should do here. And that's exhausting.
Yeah.
You. So I think I can't personally like speak on OCS because I don't know them. I don't really watch streams a lot. I don't know clips a lot. So I can't really say, but I can say from our perspective as a group, I would say like we can relate in the aspect of you having things on and telling, again, not Madu, because Madu always has their own things going on, but telling us what to do, where to stand. Like, you know, it's just like, it's like a little, it's like you just having to tell everyone what to do. Mm-hmm. It's not really like, it's exhausting, like he said. Mm-hmm.
No, but Sean, even if I do have things to do, I think, actually, no, I'm shut the fuck up.
Why?
Sorry. I don't know. I'm trying to process my thoughts.
Okay. That's okay. What I was gonna say though is this kind of like, I mean, we haven't really talked about it too much, but this also kind of leans into like why we also stopped Bourbon Friends though, because it was like.
Sorry to interrupt.
No,
you're
good. You're good.
Before I forget it, it's like even though I do have my own things, like I could see where like I fall into that, like at times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. But what I was gonna say is like this falls into chat. Like that's why it was funny like hearing this from like Ludwig and like Arky because I've been in this exact same scenario. You know, like I said, we had Bourbon Friends and stuff like that. Our YouTube channel that we did that was very successful and it was really good. But there were people that like just weren't on the same page, and I didn't want to sacrifice my friendships with overworking with my friends. And I felt that with everybody in the group kind of felt the same way that I felt, where it was like, okay, well, this is just like an extra burden. No one really wants to do it. No one really wants to step up to the plate to like do this. So it was more worth it to kind of just stop doing it.
Yeah.
You know?
But they were fun, but it's like, guys, the amount of effort that it took to do one was like a lot compared to like
yeah
podcast.
Also, if you have a group and not everyone's on the same page,
exactly,
it's just like not really kind of like you said, it's not really kind of worth it. You know?
Yeah, and there's like strengths, like people were saying in the chat, there's like strengths and weaknesses, right? I think OSCS is really good at streaming, like plain and simple. I think that they're very good in front of a live camera. I think they're very good at sitting at their desktops. I think they're good at reacting to videos, talking to their chat, creating this audience that's like very personal to them and who can relate to them. I think that YouTube's like a very much different game though. Like YouTube is a very much different game than streaming, right? And it's harder, I will say it's harder to be recognized on like Twitch and shit like that than YouTube, because YouTube pushes like new creators and new concepts. But like YouTube is like just a different game, and you have to be ready and understand YouTube in order to hit that shit. There's also pros and cons to working with friends too. I saw like Santi kind of react to this, and he got really hot about it, which is valid. Like I would get very fucking hot if like someone was telling you guys that you should cut members from, you know, Summer Talks and stuff like that.
Right.
And they don't understand how hard we put in the work, right? Because they do work hard.
Like if it's somebody like you've never personally met.
Yeah, and he like, because that's another thing too, like if they were all, because they're not lazy. They're not lazy people in that group. They all, like, whenever we're over, bro, whenever I tap into any of their streams, they're on hour, like, 8 of the day, right? So I understand why he's upset about it. And I get, like, why they have such strong feelings about it. Because, like I said, I would be completely fucking upset, too. But it's just, like, I think it's just a matter of working a bit smarter towards something, you know? Like, make sure that everybody's on the same page. Like, hey, if we're doing YouTube, we all got to be on the same page. We all have to have these meetings. We all need to show up for each other, right?
Yes.
I think groups in general, it's just hard. Like, you see groups, like, social media groups fall apart all the fucking time.
Yeah, yeah. And it's harder with friends, too, because, like, if you guys don't do... You guys are great about, I would say, like, pulling your own weight and, like, doing stuff for other people and stuff like that. But if you guys weren't doing that, I feel like there were times where certain people weren't doing what they were supposed to be doing or what was expected of them. It's harder to let go of that relationship and to not want to work with each other because you have such a bond. You know what I mean? Like, because all of you guys have, like, started, like, at the beginning, like, because Santi was talking about how, like, he was fucking with Arky and him and Arky were friends when Arky was streaming to 10 viewers, right? And then it's the same thing with us. Like, we didn't have anything and then we had everything, right? It's hard to let go of that bond if it's not benefiting you in a business way because you are my friend.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's a bit different. It's a bit different.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this whole thing was just an interesting thing to watch because, like I said, I've been in Arky's situation completely.
No, I could see when he was speaking. I was like, I could see him saying the same thing to you in some ways. But I think though, fuck, how should I think we are. I like to think we are a cohesive group though.
Yeah.
And we all bring something to the table.
Yeah.
And I think OSCS does too. It's just
Definitely.
I don't know.
I think another thing too though is I feel like I've learned everybody's strengths and weaknesses, and because we've worked together for 6 years, I know what each one of you is good at and what each one of you is not good at, and because of that, I don't expect certain things from certain members of the group.
Moving on.
But like on YouTube or like we rarely upload, like it's like once a month now. Like we were supposed to do every week. It's just I was wondering your insight about like how we should go. And you can be like literally completely honest.
I think OSCS is a bit of a sorry group in the sense that like most of what I've seen from OSCS capitalizing on the fact that you're all in a group together, and like I know you really well, and I know Yugi, Sunny. I don't even know all the members of your group. In my head, there's like 8. That's step 1. You have to make the responsibilities of every group member clear. 2 is holding people accountable to those responsibilities.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I don't know how to like. We haven't thought of a way to like hold people accountable. Because like we'll just talk to them and then.
Bye. And you know what happened when the first person gets kicked out? The other people will be like, oh shit, all right, this is real. You cannot be afraid to cut somebody because they're disrespecting the group, all right? They're not putting the energy into the group.
It's about time. Let's finish this.
This is Wisteria Lane, where there is a motive to every mystery and secrets in every housewife's perfect life.
Yeah.
Danger, deception, desire, and desperation.
Damn straight.
Why is YBG there, man? YBG is kind of one of their most talented streamers, is my take. I actually think he's really funny. Like, he's like a good desktop streamer. He has good energy.
In the group, bro. 9's already too big for a group anyway.
Yeah, 9's really big.
All right, so that's why it can help to have like a manager come in or whatever. We can set up a weekly meeting. I will set up the expectations for the group. If people don't show up, I will cut them from the group. And I'm being dead ass. They are cut from the group. Maybe they can earn their way back in, sure, but I will cut them.
It's like Finny, because those are my best friends too.
You have to do that yourself.
Yeah.
You know,
like we have to do this ourselves as people. Someone wants someone to push them. Sure, we all do.
Yeah.
But
J-Deb and Nas, I love Nas and Redify. Yeah, I mean, they're all good.
We all have to fucking get up in the morning and the alarm rings and we're tired and we have to do the shit we don't want to do. Okay?
Okay, I'm going to be honest, man. I think that OSCS's problem is that they really don't spotlight anyone well. Like, I talked about this with Arky when I like first met him in Austin, like maybe like towards the end of 2025. Like, it's really hard to grow other streamers when you're always live. And Arky and Yugi stream all the fucking time, and they have the best chat culture. They have the most hype. People aren't going to watch these other kids while they're live. Like, it's just not going to happen. So you have two things. You either need to spotlight other creators really hard by raiding into them and being on their streams and supporting the shit out of their content every week, or you need to really hardline push the YouTube so that everybody gets screen time and visibility, you know? Otherwise, like, it's hard, like, you know? Look, I think that OTK has so many things to dunk on about how they went about building their org and what they've done. But what OTK did really well was they structured the day. Everyone had different windows where they were like the primetime streamer. You know, even if it was just a couple of hours. They were all like the primetime streamer at some point, you know? And they did their own distinct things. That's why it was successful, is they kind of like raided around the same audience all day, every day. You'd go from A to B to C to D. And because of that, you stayed in their content ecosystem. The problem with OSCS is that, like, and by the way, I think that they're all so funny. I've done a lot of stuff with OSCS, actually, and I think all these kids are, like, talented, driven, quick-witted kids who can be really successful, but they have a spotlight issue because Arky and Yugi are so good. They're so clever and talented and fun, but they stream all the time. Like, they have to, like, spotlight the shit out of people, raid them, go be on their streams, bolster the content, and let them shine. And also, all these guys need to identify their niche, you know? Like, Santi's done a really good job recently of, like, he's kind of built, and granted, I mean, it's not like he's reinventing the wheel here, but he's one of the few people to start doing, like, IRL shipping shit, you know, in their group. And he's doing it really well. You know, like he traveled, he created a lot of hype for himself. Like, they have a lot of like really voracious and involved creators, right? Or involved audience members right now. They're gonna watch. Like, you just have to go create the more interesting thing and do it during windows where other people aren't live. They need to structure their days better. If they want the whole, like, if they want all the ships to rise, they need to like spotlight the shit out of them. Do you know what I mean? But I also think that they need to come up with their own, like, distinct models, and that's kind of tough, right? Yuval and Seer are the only ex-OTK members. Well, I was never an OTK. They never saw me as that valuable. Not in, like, a shade way. It's just, like, I was never asked to be a part of anything outside of, like, commentating events. And in retrospect, whew, I'm glad almost everyone disconnected from Asmon. Yeah, I mean, some people took a long time. A lot of OTK members kind of felt like a sleazy organization that was designed as a means to control and exploit the industry. I mean, I don't know. I was kind of in it. I came to their kind of like ecosystem pretty late in their life, and they kind of started imploding the second I got there. So it's a really interesting kind of conundrum, right? But the sort of like issue that I saw with, I don't know, man, it's just like, they did a good job for a while of creating like an ecosystem of sharing and passing around viewers and really trying to like capitalize on their diehard fans. But I do think that people just kind of developed a bit of misgivings around who the most successful was. Part of what I said to like Arky was that like you need to make sure that everyone feels like fed and that they're growing, because like once like people start getting embittered and upset, like that's when people start fighting. And once you guys start fighting, man, it's like, dude, that's when the whole ship sinks, because the second people feel like you guys aren't friends, there's no reason to watch you.
Ay, caramba. Only Duracell. It's built different with power boost ingredients. That's why goats like Messi only run on Duracell.
Power boost.
Sus wakes OTK's Yoko Ono. Yeah. Hey. It's GG's, man, because like the joy is like why OTK so, or why OSCS is so good is that all of them are like really like enthusiastic young creators who seem to be friends. If that shit dies, it's over. I shortened the OT came up for Wake. Allegations landed, sponsors dropped, money got tighter, and that made infighting. Kind of, yeah. But I mean, I think that there was brewing resentment either way. everyone wanted to be
All right, I'm back.
I think people either wanted to be. I think a lot of people just felt underappreciated. You know, it's also heavily.
All right, we'll come back to this, but we're gonna go to Scammer Cries After I Destroy Her Scam Operation by Nano Bader.
Thinks she's about to
Oh my god.
steal $10,000. But as soon as I opened up her webcam, she began to panic like we've never seen before.
Oh.
You just need your phone. I don't need your money. I don't need your help.
Oh nah.
However, before we
no,
get
that's
into any
bad.
of this, first we want to show you why we are going after these scammers and explain exactly why we are doing it for the victims, just like this old lady, Bessie.
We don't have a credit card with Amazon.
I'm not saying Amazon credit card. There are credit cards that are used to place this order.
It basically starts with this fake pop-up on the victim's computers where the scammers claim to be from Apple or Microsoft. The message instructs the victim, or in this case Bessie, to call a phone number she sees on screen.
Yes, ma'am. I work for Apple. You have contacted the Apple support only.
But the thing is, Bessie didn't just call into the real Microsoft, but rather a group of scammers in India who are going to try to scam her out of all of her money.
Not $10 each, 500 each. I
What?
will tell you, ma'am. First buy it.
Of course, whenever we see someone getting scammed, we like to step in and stop them from losing any money.
Hello.
Who's calling?
Hi, yeah. My name is. I just want to call you to tell you, like, the person you were speaking with is not from Amazon.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, they're trying to scam you, ma'am. They're trying to take your money. So
Yo,
I
don't be mad.
to tell you, right? Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you, dear.
No problem. I just want to tell you because if you ever, if you don't mind me asking, how did you get the phone number?
It came right up on a message telling me that somebody stealing my identity.
Right. If you ever receive a message like that one, it's always fake. Any companies like Amazon, PayPal will never tell you to call them. It's always a scam.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Oh, well, thank you, dear.
Oh,
Yo,
no
that's-
problem.
that's-
And if they
that's
try
nice.
to call you back, don't answer any of their calls, okay?
That's really nice.
I won't, hon.
Let
Thank
them be
you.
mans.
No problem. Have a good
Yeah,
day.
yeah. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Now, thankfully, we were able to save Bessie, but you might be thinking, who would ever fall for this scam? And how many people actually give up their money to these scammers? Well, most young people would just restart their computer and move on with their day. But there is one demographic who always falls for this scam, and that's elderly people. So a lot of scammers use remote access software like TeamViewer or Zoho Assist. And I'm able to take advantage
that's
of this
bad. Oh,
by
okay.
reversing the remote connection to the scammer's computer and gaining access to their webcams or even CCTV security cameras. But first, we typically need to identify
That's
the
crazy
target
tech.
and its vulnerabilities
That's
to see
actually
if we can
crazy
even
tech.
get into the system. This usually involves us tricking, or rather social engineering our way inside the target's computer. Now, when the scammer thinks he is connecting to me, I am secretly reversing the remote connection to the scammer's computer and quietly deploying malware on their device. This is going to help us later when we want to destroy their entire operation. So I gained access to this group in India running the pop-up scam. Since I have access to their computers, I can now scan all the devices and spread my access from one machine to another, and even gain access to their internal laptop webcams. So now I can get a really clear visual of what's going on. But hacking one scammer wasn't enough, so we repeated this attack a couple more times and infiltrated a few other scammers in the same group. Of course, I wanted to identify the main culprits at the top of the chain because we just infiltrated the lower level employees, who basically just take the calls, but that's when I noticed one of the scammers in this group had an open webcam, and we're going to blur her face and change her name for the sake of protecting her identity. Let's call
Why?
her Divya, and you will find out why we are doing this in just a second. Now, after keeping some tabs on Divya for a few weeks, I noticed something completely different about her compared to the other scammers I've investigated in the past. I can tell she was not only new to scamming, and for the most part looked uncomfortable while doing it, but with most scammers, I can usually immediately tell if they're terrible people.
I won't get it! What do you mean? Ma'am, what are you doing?
Now, I'm sure most of you watching would be incredibly hesitant in this situation, but this is one of the only moments in my 5 years experiencing a scammer breakdown like we're about to show you. Now, of course, at the time, I was still piecing her story together, and even if I thought she didn't want to be doing this, she was still making calls to elderly people.
Exactly, ma'am. Exactly, ma'am. I will be forwarding 2 emails. One to your Amazon account to make sure that there is no suspicious activity on your Amazon account, and another email I will be forwarding to your bank, okay?
However, after a few minutes of watching her, we noticed her behavior started to shift, as if she didn't actually want to be there. Her actions shifted so much to the point where she broke down begging for help out of nowhere.
I was 2 years old when I lost my family. I everything. You asshole. You destroyed everything that I had. So I don't need anyone else. I don't.
Oh my god, bro. They're forcing this lady to freaking scam. She lost wow. That's crazy. This is the first scammer that actually like like she has to do this to live, or she literally has nothing, bro. That's actually so sad, bro. Wow. Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. I've never seen this before. And I actually watch these videos
Just let me
too.
die. Just let me die in peace. Hopefully.
Die in
And
peace?
you asshole. You ruined that as well. Just you just go. Just leave me alone and please let me die. I don't need your phone. I don't need your money. I don't need your help. Just go.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
Playing on iPhone? Now you can play Unlocked on PC
That's
with
actually
Google
crazy.
Play Game.
At this
That's
moment,
actually
I
so
didn't know how
sad.
to react because I've never had a scammer switch up for no real reason. Usually they don't react, I access their camera and then shut them down. But this just felt incredibly wrong. However, knowing morally I needed to step in, I installed an application on her computer called SafeMe, which is secure and encrypted, and we managed to get her on the phone with our victim specialist, Lacey Evans. She has stopped hundreds of millions of dollars from being stolen, and I knew Lacey would be able to defuse the situation and maybe even save Divya.
What I want you to understand, my name is Lacey Evans. I'm an advocate for victims of scams. We want nothing from you, but we want you to understand that what you're doing, I understand you're in a situation where you need money.
Do you understand in India, if you are living in India and you are only high school pass because you cannot afford college education financially, there is no one who will give you the job. Do you know how cruel this world is?
What?
Just trying to survive.
I understand that. No, we are not judging you. Okay.
Bro, you can't if you only go to high school and you don't go to college and you can't afford that there, you literally can't do nothing. You're not allowed to do nothing over there. What kind of policy is that? That's just you're just forcing people just into poverty. Is that the right word? I don't know, but everybody's just getting forced into a life that they don't want to live, but because they can't afford it, they have to do this. I'm saying.
I understand the situation that you're in. When I say I understand the situation you're in, I want you to understand something. Many people believe that everybody here is living a lavish life and wealthy, and that is not true. We are not what you think we are here. You have learned to survive and not live, but we want to try to get you some help. Are you aware of the community that goes after these scammers?
No.
Okay.
I was just doing my job to help the people. That's all I was pretending, because if I don't think like that, I'm not even able to work a single day. I had to lie myself that I'm helping people, Those people I worked for them for so long and they didn't even pay my salary. They took my money.
Right.
I'm working night shift here. I've done when they are not even paying me. Definitely help you to catch them and just I want to see each and every one of them in jail.
When you get a
Oh,
chance,
wow.
email me and see what we can help you with.
Okay, that will be really.
Yeah, I will keep in touch with you through email. Until then, please don't do anything to hurt yourself.
Now, of course, Divya has clearly been through some crazy stuff, and most people would usually think that people act like this because they got caught. But I wanted to genuinely give her a second chance because she fully needed the help. And I'm aware that desperate times sometimes means desperate actions. So I thought maybe if she could get a job in the offices where the actual bosses are working out of, she would be able to plant a file on one of the computers in the office. The file would run quietly in the background of the computer and give us total access and allow us to see what they're doing. This way, we can not only collect customer information more quickly and save victims, but also identify the bosses who are treating her badly and scamming innocent people. But the only way this entire plan would work was if Divya was comfortable with helping us infiltrate the scam call center. And we had to think of the cleanest way to install this file. A flash drive would draw too much attention, and so we needed to provide Divya a link where she could simply download the file. She could then find an opportunity when an agent was away, sit at his computer, click the link, run the file, and get the heck out of there before she got caught. It was a risky plan, but Divya could maybe pull it off. So we just left it up to her for when she felt comfortable.
Yo,
we left Divya alone
Divya
for
in
a
the
few
chat.
days while we worked on other projects, and when we came back, we noticed a new connection came through, meaning she had infiltrated the operation. So for several hours, we just watched to figure out how the operation worked. Calls would come in, and scammers would attempt to remote into the victim's computer and try to scam them. But luckily, most people got suspicious and hung up right after the scammers would take remote access. And these scammers happened to be using TeamViewer, which is interesting because we have noticed a steady decline in scammers using another remote access software by the name of AnyDesk. I've had the chance to work with AnyDesk really closely over the past year. I give a because they know using amazingly. Importantly, I highly go to scammers and mess with the agents using the computers, but we pretty quickly found out that the bosses of this operation never came into the physical office. In the 5 weeks of us spying on them, they never showed up physically. But that was when one day we noticed a new computer on the network by the name of Administrator. We spread our access to this newly found machine, and we could see the computer screen, and it was immediately apparent that this
Europe river cruising.
Oh my God! Come on, we're getting into the good part. Come on.
This really was the boss's computer. We had access to all of his files. We found call lists, his ID card, recordings of all of their scams. At the end of the day, the boss left the office, but they are the ones making all the money and really hurting innocent people. So we knew we had to expose them. So when they went back home, we traced the coordinates back to their house and decided to give them a phone call live on camera.
Oh, wow.
Is this Jordan Warner? This is Jordan Warner, right?
Yeah, this is Jordan Warner.
So Jordan, it wasn't that got your whole company compromised. It was you, actually. I know you own the company. I know you're running the scams. I'm gonna expose you on my channel. Yeah. Let's talk.
Okay, so you're going to expose that we are running a scam, right?
Yes, exactly. Do you have anything to say about my allegations?
Yes. Tell me and define that how you think that you're running a scam. Tell me this.
Okay, so here we go. So, Exhibit A. When you guys connect to my computers, you guys try to run a scam on me. A typical tech support scam. You run the script. It's constant. You guys run the same script over and over again that there's problems with the computer and you're misdiagnosing the machine. That's a scam.
Diagnosing a machine is a scam.
Misdiagnosing the machine. So what does that mean? Can you explain the errors and warnings for me? Or the stop services?
We have not stopped any services in the machine and we never diagnose. We have our own customer that call. Do you know the name of the company?
Well, I know you guys have multiple aliases like Alphamart, Intech Assist. I know you have all these all these aliases, right? And I am dealing with multiple, I don't know if you saw my YouTube channel and stuff, but I'm dealing with multiple tech support companies that run this exact scam. You guys run Google Ads, right? So you have a Google AdSense account.
What's the name of your YouTube channel?
What's the name of my YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Okay, so my name is NanoBaiter, and I'm making a YouTube video right now covering your scam operation. And Bob Wilson, all these like Dave Hardy, all these people, all the people in your Slack channel, right? I know everything about what you guys are doing. I know the police in all of your guys' districts, which I'm contacting them as we speak, and I'm gonna expose your entire operation on my YouTube channel.
Okay, do whatever you like. Do whatever you like, I repeat.
Oh, do whatever I like? But my one question for you is, why are you scamming people every day of your life? How do you feel that you're scamming people?
So, customers are calling us for any
victims. Reuse that word for me, please. It's a victim. Reuse the word for me. It's a victim, not a customer. A victim of your scam.
Why you're saying victim? Why they're calling them? Why
they're calling? Okay, so 99.99% of your calls are refund scams, right? So you don't take those calls.
You don't know anything. You don't know anything. If you're saying a refund is scam, hold on.
Let me speak. Sir, let me repeat. You're not running the refund scam. Let me repeat. You're not running that scam. You're running a classic tech support scam. So you're impersonating McAfee, Norton, and you're not doing the whole refund scam, but 99% of your calls are about that. And then most of your agents take the calls from people that are actual customers of Norton. And then those people get scammed by you guys because you overcharge them for Norton. Instead of just helping them set up their Norton, you tell them that there's hackers and foreign people on their account, and that's why you need to overcharge them. I can pull up the support plans right now. Let's have a go. Let's pull up the support plans right now.
No, he getting
right now.
He getting vexed right now.
So I was watching multiple of your agents doing the scams. You charged this person, Bob Wilson, on October 3rd. Bob Wilson charged someone $149 for 1 year Norton support.
Damn.
Explain that to me.
When did you say?
October 3rd on your, the spreadsheet I'm looking at right now. It's called Call Logs Responses. I'm looking at the spreadsheet. It says October 3rd, 2025, Bob Wilson,
150
and
for
the
a year?
campaign was Norton. And the
It's
customer
crazy.
primary issue was got a charge from Norton. She canceled the charges from Brink, and then you guys charged her $150 for Norton. Why did you guys do that? Explain that to me.
$150?
Yeah, explain that. Why did you charge her that money? You scammed her.
We provide a key to the customer also.
Yeah, you do the whole customer key. This is what all of the scam bosses try to get away with. They're like, okay, we're lying to you, we're misdiagnosing you, we're overcharging you, but then we're helping you with your problem. We're helping you fix your Norton. It doesn't help the fact that you're overcharging for support and you're lying to people. It's fraudulent. I don't think the police are going to be very happy when I tell them about what you guys are doing.
First of all, we are not running any scams.
Yes, you are.
It is true, since you're recording this conversation, it is true that yes, we overcharge the customer for the services that we provide.
So how is that not the scam? Unless you have anything else to say, like if you're just going to keep on saying I'm not a scammer like all the other scammers, there's nothing else I can say to you.
Why don't you expose yourself then?
Why do I expose myself?
If you're true patriot, why don't you yourself? Who are you?
If I'm a true patriot.
That is why I'm saying, why don't you expose yourself?
What?
If you have the evidence, please
What?
go ahead and
What
do
is
that.
that?
And if you have
Perfect. We'll follow through with. We'll follow through with the. Sir, we'll follow.
Expose yourself as well. You get into someone's computer. You took the webcam. You made the videos. So we will chase you. Okay, we will chase you.
Oh yeah?
Yes, we will.
Okay, go ahead and try, buddy. Go ahead and try, buddy. Go ahead and try.
And do whatever you want, and I will also chase you if you can expose yourself. Can you expose yourself?
Perfect. Now I'll expose you, buddy. That's my plan. I'm exposing you. I'm exposing you. You hear the words coming out of my mouth. I'm exposing you.
Well. How dare you get into someone's computer? How dare you?
He's locked in. We got him pissed. He's like, I will go after you.
Yo, W video. W the girl that helped expose, and W video. I actually enjoy that a lot. Let's go back to the Ludwig thing.
Fully edited in the full clip. Also, sharing viewers is definitely good for earning money, but for growth, you need to push clips in YouTube and plan content, which the others didn't do. Yeah, yes. Again, I'm not saying that, like, this is all stuff I've told Arky personally, that, like, I just, like, look, I'm a Humegalol kind of creator at the end of the day, right? What have I really done? Not much. And I'm also a pretty shitty strategist. I am, however, pretty good at reading what works. I'm really bad at doing anything. And that's just kind of how my brain works. Like, I'm good at theory. I'm bad at practice. I've been really good at school. I've been really bad at life. That's just kind of how things go, right? I can tell you that if people don't look like they're popping off, they will not pop off. That is why it doesn't matter what's happening on YouTube. It doesn't matter what's happening on TikTok. Like, you have to be popping off on Twitch. You have to. You need to tune in and be like, oh shit, they've got like 1K viewers. What the fuck? Why do you have 1K viewers? What's going on? Paige is going to pop off soon, of course, because she's really, really talented, right? Kai made the point to Ron, they all need to be friends in order to succeed. Yeah, I mean, that's been well substantiated because people need to be invested in that ecosystem. But also, like, you have to, like, really give people time to where their content can be watched. I also think Stream Together is bad content. I think that it really struggles to convert for people. No one's going to watch the channel with the slower chat. It just doesn't really happen. Like, why would they opt to watch your channel when the one
that makes sense.
Is, like, popping off is live and you're sharing the same feed, you know? To me, you have to go offline, you know? You really have to go offline and, like, let the other, characters breathe. in order for them to have that, in my opinion. More off stream days is good, but like I think that they have a really caustic grind culture, just like the young ones in general. Everyone wants them to like be live constantly, you know, and that the more you stream, the more hungry you are. But I think that if you're really invested in growing the group, you got to be offline more, because like these kids aren't going to get viewers if you're live. You are the fountain. You know what I mean? Like it all comes from you guys, you know? And I think they're great. Their group videos are really strong. I say this with love, man. Like, it's really hard to step away too. Like, I wouldn't be able to if I was on the come up like that. If I had that much intrigue, and I know that I have like my opportunity, I'd have a really hard time not streaming. But I think like building everyone else's brands up makes your influence seem better. Like, part of what dude, at the end of the day, a lot of what I witnessed in streaming is that once people don't think they can benefit from you, they don't really hang with you in the same way. And it's not to say that this would happen with this group. It doesn't happen, right? But like, people will be so hungry to be around things if they think everyone grows. I think part of why FaZe had such an interesting come up is that like they were doing that subathon and like every person had like 20,000 viewers. You know how alluring that is? That to be a part of something makes you that viable, that successful? You know what I mean? People really felt that way, right? Wake was the last small streamer to blow up without a back-end organization, kind of blew up on accident. I mean, I definitely, I was, OTK was like, I mean, they helped me, right? I mean, they brought me into events and stuff, but I do think that I was like the last chopper out of Saigon for people who can grow on Twitch without a clip industrial complex. Like, I think it's really hard. Arky and Yugi are seeing these massive numbers and probably want to keep growing. It's hard to be selfless, but I don't think that it is selfless. I think that it's just more like, you have to remember, these kids aren't like super privileged. Like they like Arky was like flipping shoes on eBay and shit before this, you know? Like I know Yugi is like raised by like a single mom and like traveled around a bunch growing up. It's not like these kids like come from a lot to fall back on. You take your opportunity and you dig into it when you have it. But I think that if you want to grow OSCS, I do think that, look, Ludwig's not wrong in that if you took the top 5 creators from OSCS, it'd be a lot easier for you to spread the wealth and grow it. However, I think that all of the kids in OSCS have like their own niche and can balloon in their own ways if they structure their spotlighting better. A lot of inflated numbers with slow chats this SU. I won't lie. I felt like this year was way less spotted than last year. Last year, everyone had way too many views, and way too many follows. Whereas this year, I was actually shocked, dude. Like some creators that I actually like love and respect and think are so talented had like less viewers than they typically would through StreamerU, which is like, dude, this should be something that really benefits people. But I do think that when you top load talent like this, it really incentivizes individuals to like ingratiate themselves into big streamer content and just like try to be the show. And you have way too many people there not getting fed, you know? It's like everyone's diving into the buffet, you know? I don't know. I think they did well. And I think these kids are also going to do on the matter. Yeah, it's better if you the full interview from Lednarki. It'll help you understand better what he's saying. He wasn't talking about views. I think that when it comes to structuring roles, especially, yeah. But I also think it's really difficult for some people to feel like they have any value to offer, you know?
But like on YouTube or like we rarely upload, like it's like
This is Wisteria Lane.
I understand what's going on. They just need to lock in, bro. That's it. Lock in Yugi RQ, bro. They be chilling. For real. I mean, OSTS, not Yugi and RQ. All of them. What else do I want to do? I might go and continue editing that video, yeah. Alright, chat. I'm gonna go and continue editing my They Keep Gambling video. And then I might stream later on today. Today might be a good day. I might go get home at a good time. And I might be able to stream later tonight. So I'll be on later tonight. So yeah, I'll see y'all later.